France right now. On Friday the 13th of November, a series of bombings and shootings took place across Paris, France, killing at least 128 people in a very real and horrific event. And our thoughts and prayers go out to the victims involved and their families at this tragic time.
Tente de pénétrer dans le magasin. Le preneur d'otages ouvre le feu. Les forces de l'ordre investissent le supermarché.
You know, it's rather difficult to watch this footage. It is quite simply horrifying, and I can't imagine what it must be like to be involved and around incidents like that. And our hearts certainly go out to those in Paris. A lot of people across the world are thinking and praying for the victims and their families and those in France. And I can certainly see in the times that we're now living in that ISIS is fast becoming the next Al-Qaeda. It's almost like we're being in that familiar stage around 9/11 that Al-Qaeda were being presented as a scapegoat, and it certainly feels like there's a lot of propaganda going around. And I've seen over and over this year, 2015, certainly in the UK papers, that they're pushing the fear of ISIS in London, ISIS flag seen near Big Ben, and certainly it all comes down to a spiritual battle at the end of the day. Our battle is not against flesh and blood. These are the times that we live in, and we should know this because it's all written in the Bible. It's all been prophesied, and therefore there is no fear, because nothing goes beyond our God, our living God, and everything is written. Now, in hindsight of this event, and certainly with what we look at here on the RSE channel, with the signs of the end times and the spiritual significance of things that are unfolding in this world, it certainly struck me early on that one of the biggest massacres of this terrorist attack took place in the gig for the Eagles of Death metal band. On a side note here, as you can see, it's got the usual Saturnalian Baal worship symbolism. It's got the laser pointer guns, and also the Eagles of Death metal logo there I believe is subtly referring to Edom, the Edomites, which go back to Esau. Of course, all of this being biblical, and leads us on to our next point. There's already hints of this being linked to Syria and all linking to an Islamic caliphate. One thing I will say in this kind of scenario, and it's certainly a danger in it, is that you can't blame the actions of a radicalised few on a wider collective. Because I certainly think that the so-called orchestrators, the hidden hand of the shadow, the ones that lurk in the shadows, I certainly think that they seem to want to fester this mass conflict between people. And so just please avoid playing into that kind of mentality. The common enemy mentality.
Group set up to target and expose ISIS recruiters,
and ready for the solution that you're going to provide, which hopefully is as stern and as strong as Francois Hollande has put forth. So this is what's crazy, because we want to, I'd really like to be able to reach outside the truth community, and that's why I try to be a little bit careful. Now, some people in the chat are going crazy. It's, oh, it's a hoax, it's a hoax, it's a hoax. Gotta be a little bit careful. because if people did die, that's something that could be used to really sink the credibility of a lot of the work that we do.